Hi, and welcome back to Self Care Black Girls, a podcast where we relax, sip tea, and chat about bettering ourselves as black girls. I'm BB, and I'll be helping guide you to make better choices in your daily lives. So, today's episode is going to be a pretty short one. Today's episode is going to be about goals for 2021. Mine specifically, and I want to invite you all to, for the ones that you're comfortable with, to comment on the post corresponding to this episode. And, what are some of your goals for 2021? What do you have that you want to accomplish realistically? Like I mentioned in one of these past episodes, be realistic with yourself. What do you want to get done? What can you see yourself getting done? What can you see yourself what am I trying to say? What can you see yourself pushing yourself, a realistic amount to getting done? And, share those goals. You don't have to share all of them. You don't have to share any of them at all. You can just, motivate others that are in the comment section to getting their things done. But I want to come here and share my goals for 2021. I know it's really late, like a month late, but better now than never. So without any further ado, I only really have 5 goals for myself this year. My main big one that I want to get done this year is to apply to law school and get accepted. For those of you who don't know, I do want to go to law school in the future, after graduating undergrad. That is my plan. And applying to law school is no problem. By now, I should have either sent in or will be sending in soon one or two of my applications. So fingers crossed that I get accepted into one of these 2 schools, into both of these schools. We're not going to manifest just one. We want to get accepted into both of these schools so I don't have to pay to send in the other 4 applications. So let's pray on that. But that's my big goal overall, even though that's really only going to take up about 6 months. Or not even that long, depending on how long their application processing and acceptance, the acceptance rate is, will determine how long that goal takes. But we're praying on it, we're banking on it, and that's my biggest one for the year. My next biggest goal for the year is to finish the semester with the 4.0. I somehow managed to accomplish that last semester. I don't know how, please don't ask, but I did, and I thank God for it because I was really tested last semester with a couple of my classes, and I really didn't think I was going to make it out, but I did. So here we are. That semester was a lot. But that's one of my other goals. Another goal that I have is to be more active on Instagram and Twitter. And not my personal Instagram and Twitter, but for this account, for this podcast, because even though I'm able to get a schedule up and going for posting my episodes, I'm still slacking on social media. And that might honestly be due to the fact that I'm almost absent on social media with the acceptance of Facebook and TikTok. Those are the only 2 apps that I really get on. I get on Snapchat every now and, twice a day to send out my streaks, but that's about it. So my goal is to be more active on Instagram and Twitter for this podcast, and something else that I have in the works that when is this episode air? Well, actually would have premiered by now. I won't talk about it in this episode because I want to get a better feel for it after it debuts, I guess. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait to talk about that until we get more into February, but I want to get, be active, have an actual social media presence. So yeah, that's one of my goals. And then my one more goal that I have, because I forgot I said 5. We're at 3 right now. So my next goal is to pass 1,000 downloads monthly. In the past couple of months, I've been getting roughly anywhere from 450 to about 700 a month, but I want to push that. I want to get to 1,000. And if I can't reach 1,000, that's fine. But I want to get as close to 1,000 monthly downloads as possible. I feel like I have the capability in me, but I just need to, push myself. And I think that could stem from me being more active on social media for this podcast. So, get to 1,000 monthly downloads or as close to it as possible. And then my last goal really surrounds that project I'm talking about, mentioned a little while ago. I want to get that up and running and be able to manage it. I just want to be able to manage it, because if I can see myself being able to manage it, then I can see myself succeeding in it. But that's all that I really have for this week. Like I said, it was going to be a short episode, but I want to encourage you all to go out and sit down. And as you see, I only have 5 goals that I want to accomplish. Write down, I don't know, anywhere from, it can even be one goal. I'm not even going to give you a range. You can write down at least one thing that you want to accomplish during 2021. And you can do this by the month, by the week, the whole year, 6 months, quarterly, whatever you want to do. Write down a goal or 2 or 3, etc., that you want to get done this year, because I know a lot of people had to cancel a lot of things during 2020. So we want to try to work our way back to that, or at least work ourselves into normalcy again. But yeah, thank you all. I guess that's all. I don't really have any other goals at the moment, but if I add any to that list, then you will definitely hear either on social media or on this podcast in a later episode. But thank you all so much for listening, and I will see you all next week. Bye. Thank you all so much for listening this week. If you have any questions, comments, stories, or tips, and you'd like to share them with me, email me at selfcarebgirl@gmail.com. If you'd like to help other people find this podcast, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes to help get the word out. If iTunes isn't your preferred method of listening, you can also find us on Spotify, YouTube, and many more streaming platforms. If you'd like to interact with other listeners or keep up with announcements and giveaways, you should follow me on Instagram at selfcareblackgirls. Join the Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/selfcareblackgirls, or follow me on Twitter at selfcarebgirls. Don't forget, you all still have the option to donate by either visiting my Patreon link or my merch link in the bio of my Instagram and Twitter. Thank you all so much for listening, and I will see you all next week. Bye.